The mic died.
Oh no! Okay.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
This is really funny, to be honest.
It is really funny.
Yeah,
I
Aki's
just
having no
love
part of
Sorry,
it.
Aki.
I just love that she came in and just immediately it was like, nah.
And for all of you watching out there, we just heard Aki like 2 seconds ago. Oh,
Yeah,
Oh, is this better?
You're back.
Is this better?
you're back.
Yeah, I just switched
Yes,
it. I just
you're
switched
back.
it. Yeah, I just switched it to my other mic, the one that's farther away. But I knew it. I knew this would happen. I don't know why this happens. Is it just not like our opening or something? Our opening is so nice. Like, okay. But you can hear me all nice and well now. I hope. Yeah, awesome. Okay. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a very special series here on the DAT Network. My name is Aki, my pronouns are she, her, and you can find me on several projects all over the Twitterverse, such as the award-winning podcast Goblets and Gays, Clever Corvids, The City That Never Dies, and Bring Your Own Mech. So for the next little while, I will be your lovely GM as somebody walks into my room. Hi, Mom. I'm on a stream. I'm on a stream, Mom.
yo, sometimes mom.
start.
I'm actually dying
Yeah.
over here. This is too good.
Very good start. Yeah. That's how you. That's how you. That's how you know I have a immigrant mother. She knows what my times are. She knows what's going on. She will still walk in, and I'm like, oh god. Goodness, my bad. So yeah, for the next little while, I will be your GM as we embark on a new mini-series called Shambhala Tides of Change, set in my own homebrew world by the same namesake. Shambhala is heavily inspired by several API, mythology, regions, and landscapes written by a BIMPOC or BIMPOC to explore a non-Western/European-centric world, and thus the majority of it is rooted deeply away from said familiarities. Joining me today, we have our lovely cast, so please tell us a little bit about yourselves, your favorite not your favorite characters, your characters, and their favorite food/dish. We'll start in alphabetical order with Alyssa.
Hello, I'm Alyssa. My pronouns are they, them, and you can find me on Twitter at @adisasterqueer. I am playing Captain Marakit, who is a gnome oracle. And, not my favorite character out of this cast because everyone else is great. But their favorite food is, I'm going to say, like dosa, like the crispy dosa, which is really hard to make on a ship, probably. So they can only get it, especially a ship underwater. So they can only get it when they're on shore. And it's one of the, only things they like about being on land.
All right. Let's go next with Brandy.
Hi everybody, I'm Brandy Rose, talk show host and AP performer. You can find me on Twitter at @TheBrandyRose, and because I'm very excited about it, the news just dropped that I will be in one of the next Roll20 miniseries coming up for 5 episodes starting on the 15th, so make sure to keep an eye on that space as well, and on my Twitter for more things there. So if you like Bamori, I really think you'll like the character that I play there, because they are not very far apart. But yeah, I play Bamori, so my pronouns are she, they, Bamori's pronouns are she, they, and Bamori's favorite food is gyros, which is a Greek dish of like spiced, sometimes shaved, sometimes just what's it called in English? Chopped meat? That sounds weird saying it like that, but you know what I mean. She can get it in some areas of the kingdom, but she does have to travel for it. And she didn't remember it was her favorite food until one of her new moms just kind of brought it home on a travel and was just like, oh, I brought us some gyros. And she ate it and was like, oh yeah, this used to for sure be my favorite food. So it's one of the few things she knows she has an opinion on.
Hamnah, you're next.
Yes, hello everybody. My name is Hamnah and I use any and all pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at @shahid_, where I talk about all of the different projects that I'm a part of. I'm a part of a few different APs, so if you like watching me, you can have a whole weekend of me. If you follow my Twitter, you'll see where you can find me. Today, I will be playing Irha Akhtar, who also uses any and all pronouns, and they are an orc Oread druid, specifically of an earth elemental. And fun fact, so because Irha is an Oread, specifically an Earth Oread, they have a feature called Dust Soul, which means they don't actually need to eat food to live. She subsists off of dirt and rocks, so I think it's probably been quite some time before Irha has eaten real food, to be perfectly honest with you. And so I think he's probably kind of forgotten what foods they like and what foods they don't like.
This is going to be a weird episode for you then. Lastly, Randy.
Hey everybody, I'm Randy Alvarenga. I play Rashu, the catfolk ranger of our party. And I am a TTRPG streamer doing a couple of actual plays. Do another one here on Fridays over on Band of Badgers channel. And you might know me if you've seen it on this channel, Harbingers with Megan Caves and the rest of those awesome crews. So come check us out when we go live again very soon. And Rashu's favorite food is going to be pupusas. So the reason I say that is I think Rashu is a foreigner to this land. Me and Aki have talked about this. Not specifically from here, from a farther part of Shambhala. And more of a wanderer, and for that reason, his food probably isn't found here very often. So when he does see it or find it, always he's ready to throw down.
Amazing. You can support us through donations and giving our amazing cast bonuses that can be used throughout the entire campaign. Really quickly, though, we'd like to shout out a new follower, Zilvaring. Thank you for that. And I believe we were then also gifted 5 random subs by Scott Dinozo. I really, really hope that's how you wish for that to be called. But thank you, guys, so much. Our donations, real quick, are into the pool for $5, in which you can add a die in a pool that gives a 1d6 bonus to any future roll that any player can use. Private pool for $6, in which it does the exact same thing, but for a player of the donator's choice. Lucky for $10, in which you roll 2d20 and take the high roll for the future. Unlucky for $11 forces the player of the donator's choice to roll a 2d20 and take the lower on the next roll. Lore drop for $20, which grants a backstory scene to a player of the donator's choice. Magic item for $25, which grants a randomly generated magic item to a player of the donator's choice. Finish them for $30, which grants someone the guaranteed kill on an enemy of the donator's choice. And lastly, my favorite, Divine Intervention for $50, in which God shows up. These bonuses will continue on for the rest of the campaign, so if we end a session and there are still d6s in the pool, they will remain for the following episodes. Before we begin, I'd like to quickly go over our content warnings quite fast. So this mini-series will feature the following subject matter in various degrees: classism, elitism, body horror, gore, mentions of physical abuse, betrayal, acts of raiding, looting, killing, child labor, and trafficking, as well as mentions but no detailed descriptions of physical and emotional child abuse. There will also be deep dark waters, void, fear of the unknown/future, sexual content in the forms of romance, sex, mentions of sex, sex work, and finally, themes of gaslighting, manipulation, and blackmail. Gatekeeping and girl bossing may also be included. And with that being said and done, I think we are ready to begin. And I'm just gonna take this heat pack away because it's now a cold pack. Ah. It's gone. You have missed me. Time and time again, you have missed my words and wasted my time. And time is such a precious thing to mortals. Mortals like you and me, but not me. No, no, no. I will outlast most of you. I will preserve your memory. But what is a memory if there is no legacy to honor? What will you do, Memori, when you remember that the you that you are and the you that you were will never be the you that you want or the you that is remembered? What will you do? Memori, you may answer if you wish.
Thank you, Deuce. I think I will make a new me. And people who are around the new me are going to have to accept that this is it. And if it changes, they will have to accept that too. And so will I.
And what will you do, Irha, godchild of Vitra, when your power fails you, when you wilt and wither away like so many before, when you realize that if you chuck a stone in a sea as vast and deep as Shang Shang, you are simply a thorn against a forest of roses of godchildren? What will you do when you realize you're not anything special?
I will never have to come. I will never have to come to that realization. And so, it is not worth thinking about what I would do in that situation. I am not nothing. I am a godling, a godchild, and I will prove it to anyone who would doubt me.
Good. And what will you do, Marikit, when you drown, when you are pulled by the weight of your sins, when you are so deep the light fades and the sound is so silent and you are alone again?
I've already drowned. I've already drowned and I've already been alone. This is nothing new, and I'll power through just as I did before.
And what will you do, Rashu, when the weight of your coin matches the weight of your soul, when the dead demand your attention, when life ticks on and your skills waste away like the time you are wasting the talent you are wasting right now? What will you do? You may answer.
That won't come to pass either. You see, I never am going to start sharpening my claws and my bows, and so my skills will always meet the task.
Your answers, all of your answers are lackluster. There are layers, but no substance. It's raw, but no filter. No. Further development is needed. I must gather my references, and I will send in my players, and I will await your arrival as I have awaited these many breaths. I will honor your memory when no one is left to remember it, and I will preserve you. I will release you, and maybe, just maybe, I will meet you. So now, would any of my players like to recap what happened last time? Whoever does it will, of course, be rewarded with an additional hero point. And if you can do it in character, it's just going to be way funnier.
So, I would like to start at least. You see, last time we sort of finished listening to the princess's request that we cause chaos. We left, of course, through the servants' quarters, as she requested. Finding some secret tunnels and paths, we eventually made it to the place where the great meeting was to be held, and there I, of course, blended in with the crowd as I am wont to do, and my friends sat near the queen, watching. However, Memori, maybe a bit angry, maybe not knowing who something was going to hit, tried to throw something at Bandit. Then
Succeeded.
That's when the real game.
Succeeded.
Yes, you did. You did. I will give you that. But also later, when the real games began, and the pirate lords came to speak of their ideas of what the laws of this land should be with the new lands rising, she tried again to throw something at Blackwater. This time stopped by the queen herself. We did exactly as the princess asked, sowing seeds of chaos in the meeting by speaking up for, at least on my account, what I thought was true, that we should be able to do as we please in these new lands that have arisen. And that's what I remember.
I
Would
second
anyone else
this.
like to add anything?
I was
Yeah.
doing my job. I was just doing my job. I was just doing the assignment. I was following orders. And also, I saw a very strangely captivating pirate.
Itha also noticed a ghostly presence, spirits around Blackwater specifically, and noticed that the Chimera form was paying particular attention to Marikit.
Mm-hmm. And what did Marikit notice, if Marikit wants to answer?
Marikit has not noticed that the others have noticed this yet, and is hoping it will stay that way.
Alright. Y'all had good bouncing points. I'll give you each another one. So you guys got 2 hero points now. I think is good. Cause y'all bounced off each other really nicely. I like that. On a side note, thank you. I was like, today's a minimal day. I'm not feeling good. Okay, thank you. I like my eye makeup too. All I did was just, and that was it. Thank you. With that, I think we're ready to begin. I will repaint the scene for you guys. So, the meeting has come to an end, and you have all slinked away back into the servants' quarters that Rashu remembers, because I believe you crit your like little perception roll last time, and you were easily able to find all these nooks and crannies. And so, as you were on the other side, Alani is there waiting for you. They just seem to kind of pop in and out whenever they want, huh? It's quite fun, really, to think. What a little dicklet, if I may make that reference, that they are. And Alani actually...
Oh.
Yes, it was the Pokemon. I just want to clarify that it was the Pokemon.
I did not hear that correctly.
It was slightly
What did you
close
hear?
to something else. It was close to
No, I
something
can't
else.
say.
Yeah, it's
No,
not allowed
I
on.
can say.
I see. All right. That's safe. I understand. I understand.
Get
I understand,
demonetized.
I understand. Are we even gonna be able to stay like monetized at all? Like with the amount of F-bombs I drop? I don't even know. Yes. You see them kind of tilt their head a bit, like they were trying to search their memory for anything else, and then they pop back up and fish out of their many fabric sails and fishing nets that they just kind of have wrapped oddly around their waist, and they are able to pull out this. It's a little scroll, I'll say, that has a nice piece of fabric wrapped over it, a nice pink one, and it's just a little tiny thing, and they pull it out, they open it, and they go, yes, from the princess. Was that loud? That was loud. You are to go to see songs, curios, and magic mayhem for a pickup. Did I? Yeah? Yeah? Should I say it again?
No.
Of what?
Yes.
Oh. I don't know. Magic things, mayhaps. She deals in all sorts of things.
So should we just
Seems
say Raina's
oddly
name at the
generous.
shop, or?
See, that sounds like a bad idea.
Well, she will know of you when you arrive.
Well,
We
that
just got
doesn't
here.
surprise me. No. We are minor pirate lords.
Yes.
Yes. So,
do you need anything else, or
Just the
of
scroll.
me? I mean, okay. They will pick it up and give it to you a little awkwardly. It's like they can't judge the appropriate distance between you and them, and so when you're probably expecting like just a chill passing, it's more like it goes a bit over and it's slapped on your forearm.
Thank
I have a
you
question.
And then they
for that.
Can
Yeah.
I don't know what the equivalent is. There an insight in Pathfinder? Like, there's something odd.
Do you want to like a vibe? Yeah, like a vibe check, Alani?
Yeah, I want like a vibe check because like we've already met them at least like once for a slightly extended period. This seems a bit odder than they were before. I want a vibe check.
Okay, yeah, a
Can I
vibe
roll
check
vibes?
is also like a perception. Yeah, you may roll vibes, and that is just a simple perception.
Okay.
And depending on what kind of like vibes you wish, so the best way to put it is if you are looking at this as just like a general look down type of vibes, then that's just regular. But if you have anything that helps you with smell or hearing, that would
I do.
You could also do it, yeah. So just let me know if you do or not.
So yes, I do. As a catfolk, I have something specifically for senses. Specifically, I want to say it's smell. But let me. Yes. I can hide smells. I can hide our smell. That's not what I'm looking for. Oh, it's in abilities. That's what it is. Sorry. Vigilant senses. Through your adventure, you've developed keen awareness and attention to detail. It raises my perception for things with smell. So,
if you wish to vibe check them based on smell, you may also do that. I'm totally fine with
That is
just
so
taking
funny.
a big sniff.
You just see my cat just sort of smell the air, like a little twitch of the nose, ear sort of moves a little bit.
Whiskers.
Ooh, that was a 40.
You can smell their breakfast.
Yeah, geez. Is that a hint of peppermint and parsley? Like, I don't know. So you just want a vibe check. You're using smell, specifically, but I'm pretty sure you crit, so I might as well just give you a general one.
Yeah, that was a crit. That's as high as I could go.
Yep. And so I think the best way to put it is, with your line of work, you know what a liar looks like, with somebody who's lying to you or is holding something from you, what they look like. And the best way to put it is, not only is Alani definitely keeping something from you, they are not good at keeping it. It's sort of like they just they're just a bad liar. They're just not. They know, or rather, they know something and they are having a hard time. Like maybe they think they should tell you it, but they're not. It's like that kind of thing, you know, where it's like you're told to keep a secret from someone, but maybe like you don't want to necessarily. That's the vibe that you are getting from just their generalness. In terms of what they smell like, though, a lot of incense. It's almost like you walked into a temple. That kind of vibe, you know. It's like a constant burning smell, but it's not a bad smell, you know. It doesn't
but
make
for
you
cats,
want to
it's a bit
scratch your face
overwhelming.
or anything.
It's a bit
It
overwhelming.
may be a bit overwhelming. Yes, it may be a bit overwhelming for you, but the best way to put it is that if you had any doubt at all, this was not a person of faith. That is gone. That is very gone. You're like, that's a church, you know. It's like that kind of vibe. Like, the door to door. I see. Like that kind of vibe.
So before they walk off, I'm going to go on the other side of the wall, put my hand on and in front of it, sort of lean and go, "There's something you're not telling us." Yeah. What are you keeping from us? I don't remember. Sorry.
For me. This is for me.
Tiny little puss in boots.
Yeah, I'm not like super tiny. I'm probably like 5'9", 5'10". You know,
You're taller than
okay.
them. They're like a sensible 5'5", 5'6", like that.
Yeah. So lean on the wall, trying to act imposing, being like, "I know you're keeping something from us. What is it?" I walk over and I go, "I can smell it on you." I can't, but I say that. Like one of those like cartoon villains that like, "I can smell a liar a mile away. I know you're keeping something from me."
Either roll deception or intimidation. This is however you want to come off, I think.
Okay. 15 plus. That's math. That's 15 plus 17. That's 32.
That is math. Lonnie just kind of goes. Wait, were you intimidating them, or were you just?
That was deception. So I'm seeming like I know exactly what I'm. Or I guess it could be either. Oh no, if it can be either, because they're the same. It's intimidation.
Oh, okay.
It's 100% intimidation.
Okay, well, you see, Alani, so they have a rather stoic face. Even like it's really just the tone of voice that can give it away. And so their face is still very blank, and they're looking at you, and they're staring directly at you, and they go, "Okay, so you're gonna go get like talismans. They are for magic, and I have to prepare your ship with blessings so that the magic could work. The princess did not want me to say because I am confusing and won't say it right, but they are magic, and the magic will work on your ship if I touch it."
I'm rolling a vibe
Sounds
check again.
Bad, yeah.
Just to make sure. I believe that they're being honest, but I gotta roll a vibe check. That's a 30.
Does anybody else want to vibe check this? You're like it. You didn't take Alani away or anything. This is happening right in front of you.
I literally like as that conversation was ending, like walked on the other side and was like, no.
Yeah, I rolled a 36
I would vibe
for
check.
mine.
I rolled a 20.
Also respectable. That's respectable.
Only because
got
I have
a
a plus
37.
17. I rolled a 4.
Yeah, 21. The best way to put it, Maury, is that you're watching and you're understanding, and you're just choosing to watch and understand. If anything, it's like when you're watching an old show and you don't want to search up spoilers. You want the reaction to be like fresh to you, even though like that's the vibe. That's the vibe. The rest of you, Lonnie's not lying at all. They're just not good with their words. That is just the general vibe. It's like a socially awkward type of situation, and you can even tell like when they said the princess didn't want me to tell you this because I'll mess it up. It wasn't even malicious or anything. It was just like, yeah, no, I agree, I'll mess it up. Like that kind of matter of fact type of thing. It's very awkward for them to keep going on and try to formulate words to tell you what's happening.
I will, having got that realization, go, you sure did a good job of explaining it to me just now. And I will lean up off the wall and go, yes. So thank you.
The pipe falls out from around Bamori's ear and goes, no, they didn't. And like Bamori, I'm sorry, I'm only one-handed, but please pretend, I can't reach higher than this. Please pretend Bamori smacked the pipe fox back into her hair. Apologies.
Good. I will. Do you need me to guide you, or no?
No, I think we'll be fine finding this, what was it, curio shop on our own. I can't imagine there's too many of those around here.
It's a strange boathouse. Big sign. I can't read the sign, but it's a big sign. I will go bless your ship, and I will find you. And then they just kind of walk like that, like as they turn their head, they continue to walk on. Rashi, you can probably assume there's an exit that way. You can also probably assume there's an exit that way. You're in the servants' quarters. It's kind of like, where would you like to go? You have to lead the group though, as you are the one with a general like mind map of this place. I'll say you have a good intuition.
All right. I would take us in an exit that like would put us back out at the street level, probably. I don't know what side of the building. I don't know why that was funny, but
no, because I remembered something, and this is the best way to do it. As you guys, as you're leading your group out, quite literally, as you make it to the exit, you open the door and you get a jump scare as Alani's standing right there and goes, I forgot. For you, and they gesture to you, Rashu, and then they go, and you, and then they gesture to you, Irha, and they go, if you're lost, ask the spirits, but don't follow the ones that speak back. Okay?
I have a question about that. If we ask the spirits, how are we supposed to know what the answer is if they don't speak back?
They lead. They will lead you.
I see.
But if they speak back, if they speak and they sound far, they are not far. They are close. So if they speak, do not follow those who speak. Only those who lead. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you. We will keep that in mind.
So weird.
Bamori.
and then they do the turn thing and they leave again. But their armor this
Am I
time
wrong?
you can actually hear them clank away. Go.
That's kind of creepy, right? The way they just always appear and disappear, but sometimes they make noise and sometimes they don't. You don't think so?
Sound familiar, Rashu?
Yeah, I was just about to say, wouldn't you be comfortable with that, given that that's what you
I'm
do?
comfortable with me doing that. I don't like it when other people do that to me.
Oh, so you can dish it, but you can't take it. Is that it, Rashu?
Well, we knew that.
He sort of laughs, but also looks slightly dejected.
Well, the ears,
Cat
do they
ears?
droop? Do your ears change
Yeah.
with your with your emotions?
My ears are definitely emotive, 100%. Like in this instant, but instead of like the full-on droop, it's like a little shake, and then.
Big cat.
I love this.
So
I love Rashu.
you have your orders. Would you like to follow them?
I mean, yeah.
Eh.
A magic shop? I'm down with magic shops.
Yeah, I'm interested in going to the magic shop as well.
Now, this is just a question for me. Would you guys like to hunt down this magic shop, as in go to it as soon as you can, or would you like to take a leisurely stroll and just chill and talk? Like, you have time. Yeah.
We could stroll.
Yeah. I think we're not in a particular rush right at this moment. The only thing I'm looking out for as we walk is for Bandit and Bandit's thugs. Because Bandit does not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you guys will be
Mori
walking.
is not as thoughtful.
Yeah. Whoever wants to keep an eye out for Bandit, you may make your perception rolls. Otherwise, you guys are walking, you're chilling. The Melicity looks just like it did before, It's kind of moist. It's kind of lots of crabs everywhere, barnacles, seaweed, dangerously low lights. I cannot emphasize how dangerously low these lights are. Just
Oh, no.
wow. Yeah, where they put signs up, there should be 11 signs at a constant up. Dangerously low lights. And
I got a 32, by the way.
32? Okay, good to know. Is there anything you guys want to do, talk about in free time?
What constellation are we walking in? Are we going 2-2? What does it look like? I know Bamori would be, if it's 2-2, Bamori would be kind of a little, just right behind you, right behind you. Whoever's at the front.
Okay.
I think that's I think.
I'd want to be in the back. I'm an archer.
I love that we're
Yeah,
the
I
flank.
think.
That's good.
Yeah, I think Ida would probably be walking pretty stiff, like captain and second in command kind of thing of walking next to Marikit, but also especially because instead of I think Ida is kind of keeping his eyes open for the chimera form.
Would you like to roll a perception as you do so, since you're kind of looking for a specific person?
I got a 28.
28. Okay. That's good to note. As of now, both of you, in terms of bandits, people, and the chimera form, just nothing really. Occasionally you might see someone you're oh, that looks like a pirate vibe. But you saw the crowd, the wave of the many lords and the mercenaries and stuff. Now everybody's just outside, so it's kind of well, at least this crab hazard place is more lively now. Shops actually seem to be open, and it's about as lively as the color gray can be. It's a gray-brown now. Ooh. One of those... ooh, it's exciting, one of those vibes. But you don't see anything of danger yet. You do have a bit of a free time, though. Is there anything you guys would like to talk about or something?
Bemori leans forward because she's very tall. I mean, she's almost 6 feet tall. So she just leans forward to Irha and is like, so is it rude to tell people when they are being strange?
Yes,
they are.
Bemori, generally speaking, it is rude. Unless they ask you whether they're acting strange, in which case, I mean, they asked for it, right?
But sometimes, and I hate to butt in, you might not want to tell them even when it's true, because you're trying to be, what's that word? Nice, I guess. Right?
Is it nice to lie, Rashu?
If it gets you what you want, yes, why not?
Is it niceness?
That sounds
that
effective,
gets you?
not nice.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I misunderstood it.
The pipe fox will like perk out and like stare at Rashu and be like, don't be nice to us. It would be rude.
I love the pipe box.
It's Stitch.
Stitch the pipe bombs. Well, it's
Angry
Mitzi,
little
I think, right? That's your
murder worm on a string. Floating
I
around.
literally can't leave.
Alright. Anyone else
Well,
want to talk? Are we still like conversing?
Yeah,
Bemori is mulling over the
it
advice.
has been like looking.
ooh, ooh, ooh.
I think both are waiting for the other to speak in this moment.
Yeah, I was gonna
No,
say
I'm done.
this is a
Oh, I'm
battle of
done.
politeness.
That's why I was sorry.
Yeah,
No, I'm
I was
sorry.
just like, I'm gonna
I
let
can't nod that much
I was
right
gonna
now.
say, I was gonna say, Brent. I was gonna say,
can't nod that much.
I'm not as Canadian. You're gonna lose in the battle of politeness, and whoever wins.
Oh no, I'm not. I can't nod as much as I usually would. So I keep thinking that when I do nod a little, that people can see it, but I don't think people can. So in future, I'll just do this to show you I'm done. You can go.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Brandy. I think because it is like looking around for the chimera form, they're specifically like and not being able to find them. They're just kind of gonna take a glance at Mudikit, kind of anxiously, and then look back around, and then like keep looking back. And I think they just keep doing that, and it's like very obvious that they're doing this as well.
Is something the matter, Yetta?
Mudikit, I was hoping that we could maybe talk about this in private. And it is gonna like lower their voice in an attempt to make the conversation more private, but given how Bemori has been like kind of coming in, I don't
Up
know
your
if
butts.
that actually succeeds or not. Yeah, so it doesn't succeed, but it is gonna try.
Right between you with the head.
How long have we been now?
Around a few years. Why?
A few years, and up until now you didn't think to mention that you have some sort of relationship history? I don't know what to call it, with the chimera form?
We haven't been doing business in the deeps, so I don't see how that's relevant.
You don't see how that's relevant, given that one of the major pirate lords in this area seems to have a particular, I don't know if it's affinity, particular attention for you.
It's not an affinity, I can tell you that. In fact, I could say that we have the opposite of a relationship at this point. We have nothing. There's nothing there, and it doesn't matter.
Doesn't it?
Sounds like a thing.
If you've pissed off the Chimera form, Marikit,
I wasn't the one who did anything.
so what happened?
I sailed with the Chimera form for more than a decade, and one day they just left. I can't tell you what happened, Ira, because I don't know. All I know is that I was with them, and then I was gone.
Gone. They pushed you overboard? Gone like they abandoned you at port?
I don't remember the details.
Been there.
Okay. Well,
But since I left, I mean, you've seen bits of her crew. And you must notice, and they sort of gesture to the water that's swirling around them. When I sailed with them, this wasn't necessary. To become a part of his crew, they change you. And when I woke, all I can do is breathe underwater. Without this water, I can't survive. So, whatever the reason, the terms weren't good, but they weren't my terms.
I see. It
And
seems complicated, whatever is going on between the two of you, but... And I don't... Captain. And there's like a particular emphasis on the word captain, I think, here. It's simply important for the rest of the crew to know if there are major lords we should be worrying about, ones who might want your head and subsequently ours. That's all.
Well, one of us did attempt to throw a crab at one of the major lords, so perhaps we should be more worried about Blackwater.
Succeeded.
I meant...
Oh, well, that one... Relationships seem very complicated.
Yeah, let us speak about
I'd
your
also like to
relationships.
point out, every time... Oh, one second. Every time Bemori... Like, every time I look like... That's Bemori looking at Rashu. Like, you hearing that?
I am completely looking up at the sky on the other side of where we are walking.
But yeah, Mariki, continue.
Fori, let's talk about your relationships, though. I was under the impression that you were sort of a stowaway and accidentally joined our crew once we noticed you. But you purposely
That's a
unblurred
funny
your
way to
face,
say you stole me.
and then you threw a crab at your former captain? What?
I would like
Did
to
you
say,
want to
in my
leave?
defense, I didn't recognize them. I wasn't paying attention.
I'm going to chime in here.
I was...
So you did not recognize someone, and you tried to throw a crab in a meeting full of pirate lords and people with armies. That's how we solve
We
problems.
failed to see the relevance of the circumstances. Shush. Well, I felt being glared at, and I'm trying to think of an in-character way to say the word vibes that isn't vibes.
the
And
aura.
I sensed that his aura was rancid. Their aura was rancid, and I reacted instinctively.
I'm surprised, Bemori. I would have thought that you would have remembered such a rancid aura from your former captain.
Well, typically they didn't look at me that way before. So this was new. And I will apologize if I see them.
Oh, there's no need. I'm
My
kind of
bad.
glad you threw something at Bandit. What I'm more worried about is throwing it at Blackwater. You see, that could have got us all killed
Blackwater had it
immediately.
coming. Oh, if that gets you killed, you shouldn't be a minor pirate lord.
Okay.
Blackwater had it coming.
I'm actually with Bamori on this one. We're about to become major pirate lords. We can't be intimidated so easily, Rashu.
Oh, I'm not afraid of attacking Blackwater. I'm more afraid of attacking Blackwater in front of everyone in the pirate sort of kingdom at once. We are specifically told not to start fights in that conclave. Yes? And we did the exact opposite.
No balls.
Okay, I'm going to choose to ignore that. I would like to take down Blackwater just as much as any of us here, but I'd also like to do it the smart way. I haven't gotten to be where I am today if I was just going around shooting people with arrows with my name on it.
Might be more famous.
You see his nose kind of twitch and his teeth kind of bare out, and he goes, okay, you are right. I'm not famous. I'm nothing more than a minor pirate lord, and neither are any of us. But we're here on a mission right now to do it, right? Right. And if we're going to die before we can complete that mission, none of us will have our names written in glory. No one will remember who we are, and that I cannot abide by.
Speak for
here for the
yourself,
money.
Rashu. I have the name
comes the
of
godling.
Vitra written all over my face. It's a little hard for me to be stealthy, to work in the shadows, when wherever I walk, it's a little easy to tell who my parent
Thought
is.
those were mushrooms.
Yes, I know, because you constantly tell us. All right.
Wouldn't have to tell you if you just remembered it.
How many other child gods are there belonging to Victra?
I lost
So there's
track.
so
There's
many
something like
crabs.
12 or...
There's so many crabs on the street. And like Bimori looks to Marikit for like approval of like, did I do good?
Yeah, Marky
Subject
absolutely like
before we
thumbs up.
Start annihilating each other.
I think I forgot I was the DM for like I was enjoying myself. I ran out of tea. I long ran out of tea. I just had it as a prop. It's literally right as you point to the many crabs all over that you hear this like clearing their throat, and you look up and you see well, one, you're just a little bit past, so they kind of caught you before you simply walked past it. You see this, the best way for me to describe it is a very Howl's Moving Castle boathouse. But instead of like metal and steam, it's like wood and flowers. And it's docked near essentially where other boats, and you can assume that they are probably merchants like this one. And of course it's a little cramped, like the boats are like touching each other, so there's no way that when they undock that they're just not gonna like chip the wood a little bit. But you see it, and a big fat sign saying songs, curios, and magic mayhem. You have almost left your destination, and you see this woman. She's like a curvy dwarven woman with long black hair and very, very round glasses, pale skin, and like full lips. She wears this bright orange tank top, and her hair not her hair, and her skirt is just long and very flowing. The wind can pick it up a bit even, and it's gray, and it straight up covers her feet. But just kind of based on like the leveling, y'all can see that like she's barefoot, and she has this anklet with many what you think are little bells. It's called a pile, but that's just like, that's essentially what it is. And her arms are covered in henna and ink, and she's looking at you all, and she's like, I believe I was expecting you.
Are you Song of Songs, magical and curios and magical mayhem?
Oh, no. Let me go get her. Yes. Hello. Come, you rambling fools, out of the light. Onto my boat. And she goes in first. Like, kind of like, and as she moves, you do hear, like, just a thick ring of bells on, like, one foot. It's like a as she moves in and goes inside her boathouse. And boy, is it, like, a jagged circle.
Did she just call us fools?
She did.
She was kind of joking.
All right.
Was she?
I will say that moment, I just have to say this. It reminded me of, if you've seen Encanto, when Bruno is like, I'm Hector. And and he's like, changing who he is. That's what I thought of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Hector is the spackling. Who's Hector?
Yeah.
I am Hector.
Exactly. That's what I imagined.
Mm-hmm.
I follow.
So yes, okay, you guys are following, I'm assuming? Okay, when you enter, this shop is small, more like cluttered. There are just several paintings and sketches all over the walls, save for like this backroom area where there's like a very thick curtain to block whatever is behind there. So you can assume it's bigger going down, but whatever the shop front looks like, very cluttered, very like I won't say you feel claustrophobic or anything, but unfortunately it's cluttered, it's dark, and it's just the taller fellas are just gonna have to maybe bend a little bit or be mindful of where they walk. And it is also quite very clear that this woman lives on this boat. It seems so comfortable. The vibe is very homely and whatnot. Yeah, there's even a place for you shoe wearing folk. If you choose to take off your shoes, you may. It's straight up like one of those types of vibes. And there is one other thing. As you duck your head in and you enter, you will definitely see what looks like to be a hammock, sort of right up on the ceiling, hung with this thick net, and in there you hear the soft but loud, in terms of because of the size of the thing, snoring. And yeah, that's a tiger up there in the hammock, just sleeping. Mm-hmm. And Song kind of goes behind a counter and puts her titties on the table and waits for you guys. Just
Marakit will toe off her sandals and go over to the counter and to ask, like, so, do you have, I believe we were sent for talismans?
Yes, talismans. For the 3rd star, yes.
Indeed.
I was gonna say, just in case you forgot, yes, it is for that's Raina's title, yes. And she goes, I have that right here. She like jambles. You hear like 3 things drop from underneath like the table. and she pulls it out, and it's like in like this black envelope, but it's it's got some thickness to it. No weight in particular, but she plops that down, and you can only assume how many are in there. And she goes, I believe you have absolutely no idea what these are, yes?
I was about to ask.
Yes. I assumed I would have to tell you. I can assume many things, but the level of how words escape me. The level of you guys having your shit together, that I can't. You bickered so much. You bickered, I could hear you all the way from the castle. Oh, is it trouble in 2-star paradise?
Sorry, that was funny though.
Thank you.
Bimori is still in the doorway, by the way, because she can't just take off her shoes. She's wearing very tall boots with a lot of laces. So she is she's working on one shoe, still has the other fully on, and is, because she's a whisper elf, I can hear anything, but I'm not that far away. And she goes, it's just, it was all, I was justified in everything I said. Then she goes back to undoing her boots.
I'm standing.
There is nothing.
Sorry, go ahead. You guys go.
I'm just standing at the door. I also wear boots, so I'm staying outside, but doing the I'm imposing and making sure nobody comes in. Show. I think I'm
leaning
angry.
on Rashu, to be clear. Then, if you are next to me, you are now furniture. You have one Bimori hand on your shoulder, unless of course you throw her off for some reason. But if you don't, you have one Bimori hand on your shoulder as she tugs at the boot.
Then oh, sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah, was Irha saying something? I know I started speaking at the same time.
It's all good. Yeah, I think Ida would have taken their shoes off and would have been walking deeper into the shop when that was said, and they would have just said, "We have everything under control. It's just a little internal spat, that's all. But don't worry, our leadership," and looking over at Marikit, "they know how to take care of that, don't you, Marikit?"
Indeed, and I'm sure that our petty squabbles aren't anywhere near as interesting as whatever magic this is. I believe you're going to tell us about it.
Oh, but petty squabbles are the best kind of squabbles. And she does give Memoria a look, and she goes, "And you take however long as you need, dear. Oh, so sweet, so perfect looking you are. So pretty. I love this.
She's weird.
I will say, I heard that. I'm a little hurt. I'm a little wounded, actually. But you know what? That's fine. That's
It's
fine.
just the
Can't
pipe
impress
fox.
everyone.
It's just the pipe fox.
I would assume so. You have worms in your hair.
It's just the one.
Just the one. Well, you know what they say, when there's one worm, you'll get another. I'm not your mother, I shouldn't be talking like this. Oh dear. Well, back to business at hand. Yes. And for the record, Song's hair is very long. It's it almost and she's a dwarf, so it almost kind of kisses the floor. So every now and then, she's very talkative with her hands. It really is just ha, like a hair commercial, like a shampoo commercial, Pantene, L'Oreal, other things. It's one of those vibes. So if you see me doing that, I'm just in character. And so Song will continue, and she goes, "So these talismans on the house, technically not, your princess bought them. you each need to have one on you, anywhere on you, in your pocket. Some people like to just take them and like try to make little weird press-on tattoos of them. Like just whatever you'd like, however you want them. Put them in your boot. Put them in your boob. But like anywhere. You put them, you hold them, you keep one on you the whole time. All right. I need an affirmative loud, all right, like, yes, Mrs. Song, like in class, like a teacher.
Yes, ma'am.
One more time.
Yes,
Thank
Mrs.
you.
Song.
To what
Yes,
purpose,
yes,
Mrs. Song? To what end,
purpose?
Mrs.
Somebody-
Song?
To what end? Like what you mean? Like how long to have it, or well?
Like, what is the purpose of having it?
Oh, the purpose of having it, yes, the actual magic part. When the spell will be cast, and that might take a little... Oh, excuse me. Gases. That might take a little bit. And as a little bit, I mean, it will take a little bit of time, so I hope you guys can fight or run or hide or fly or swim real good, as it'll take a bit of time and then you'll be teleported to the location.
Wait, I'm sorry. What are we hiding and fighting from?
Oh, was the feast not like a... Did you think you were actually going to go to like a party? What did she not say that
Yes.
the feast was going to be something she's using to help stall so she can politely declare war? Do you think when somebody declare wars in the middle of your dinner, the equivalent of taking a shit on it, you're just going to like what? Go, sure, you can leave my house. No, you're gonna wanna pick up a fight, scrap a bitch, just and everyone there, their egos boosting just so much, like it's suffocating, and people have swords. It's not like they do a weapons check. This isn't a goddamn novel or anything. This isn't even like a high class place. You're gonna get into a bit of a fight, and your whole point is to get out alive. Yeah.
Got it.
All of it? Did you get? I didn't say you get it if you
it
want.
was an entire production. Yes, I got it.
Oh, thank you. What else am I supposed to give you? I know I'm supposed to give you something else. Grilled cheese, she says as she looks to the ceiling, and that you see the tiger like sleepily poke their head out. Goes, grilled cheese, do you have the thing? The package, dear, the package the princess wanted to give. Do you have it? And the cat is a cat. Well, I'm sorry, the tiger is a cat. And just kind of pause at something before, like, using their tail to just knock something off of, perhaps they were holding it, perhaps as the hammock, perhaps they had it on the ceiling. It's really hard to tell with just the clutter. And, it falls, and she goes, "Thank you, darling. That's yours. You may pick it up whenever you want, godchild."
That's mine. And Itha will go down, bend down, and pick it up. What exactly is this?
So when you pick it up, it's like... Actually, did you have anything you wanted for how this flesh gem looks like? This is your magic item that was given by the donator, Slitlid, and from last session, and we can get around to it. That's what this is. It is a flesh gem. But did you have anything in particular of how you want it to look like?
Yeah, so I was thinking that since this is an Earth Speaker flesh gem, it would essentially, the way that flesh gems work in Pathfinder is they are body modifications created by Orients, usually. And so this item is specifically like lavender crystals that can be implanted and embedded into the skin.
And that's what you see on the floor. I would say that you can recognize it just based off of, like, the fact that you have a tongue piercing. Usually people who get piercings recognize these things. They go, aha, that goes in me. Painfully, I think. I don't know, man. I don't like needles. So you pick that up, and then and you see Song kind of like looking, staring over like that at you, and she's very much like, yes, that one, that's a gift from your princess. She said, oh, Song, could you give this to the purple one for me? They just so need it. Oh God, I didn't pay attention. She just said give it, and I went sure.
I think Ida's face, it's really hard to tell when they blush because their skin is quite literally lavender. Like it's very difficult. But I think just from the way that they look, like you can kind of see a little bit of like flush coming into their cheeks, and their mouth is kind of just like agape, so you can see that their tongue piercing has kind of flashed to fennel, like the jewelry on it. I didn't think that the princess would offer me a gift. Tell her I say thank you, I suppose.
Well, and you can tell her yourself, right?
I suppose I could after we're done. Right. And Ida will just kind of awkwardly like fumble with the flesh gem and put it, I think, so they have these like thorny vine tattoos on their upper torso, right? And I think they take the flesh gem and they just kind of like quickly, like magically like embed it just above where their heart is, as if it is impaled on one of the thorns.
I do love a good aesthetic. But those mushrooms are not a good aesthetic. Do you want me to take them off?
No, I think we like it as a group. And
don't listen to the
we
cat.
hate it.
Please get it off.
I can.
One
yes,
boot
I can
is
take
off,
it. I can take
and
it
Bamori's
off.
ready to throw it.
Oh,
Yes,
At
yes,
Rashu.
yes. I'll take it off. I'll take
Right
it off.
next to
I'll take it off. Can I keep
Anybody
them?
can catch a chunk up.
Yes, I suppose. I don't really have any use for these mushrooms. What exactly are you going to use them for, if I may ask?
Well, a big part of me is wondering what does the mushrooms that grow off a godchild taste like. And the other knows that you would make rather lovely paint, and I love paints. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a bit of an artist.
Oh, we got the feeling.
Now I'm inclined to say no.
I know. I'm rather subtle about it. So, yeah, you let me keep them, I'll take them off for free. You don't let me keep them, I will charge you a fee. Oh, look at that! I rhymed! I'm a poet and I don't even know it! I did it again! I am God's gift to man.
God, yeah, just please just take the mushrooms for free and do whatever you want with them. Just don't tell me what you're gonna do with them, actually, because that gave me... I didn't need to know that.
Okay. She gets up on the counter because she is a dwarf. And you are like 6 feet tall over, I think. And so she has to like get up on the counter to and then she brings you over and she will very expertly start taking them off. You occasionally you'll feel like a pinch, right? Which means you can just kind of infer they grew out of you. Okay, so like ripping them off probably would have hurt. It's kind of right? But the way she's taking them off, it's just like tiny poke, relief. You're not feeling any sort of discomfort. In fact, if you were feeling heavy on one side, it's getting lighter. And she will pretty much, she has a bowl from somewhere, from this ruckus, from this cluster. She's just putting the mushrooms in the bowl. She's kind of going like, you have so many. Who did you piss off?
We don't need to talk about that necessarily. Just know that those mushrooms might not necessarily be edible. Vritra is, after all, the goddess of swarm and undeath and sorrow, in addition to being a goddess of healing in nature.
Oh, don't worry about it. I can eat pretty much anything if I put my mind to it.
Not
She
surprised.
says as she takes off another one and just drops it over. Either way, you are all done here, I suppose? Or are you interested in wares or trade secrets? Or perhaps what the fuck is going on in this goddamn town? This dirty town. Ugh. There's so many crabs and barnacles and seaweed. I like a good crab, barnacle, and seaweed, but I just don't like it when it's all over the place and the color palette is just various shades of gray. Did you know I have a problem with the grayscale?
I'm done. I'm like, okay, thank you. Have a good evening. And I turn.
I just
and
got my
walk out.
boots off.
Why don't you stay for
Maury,
a
just
little
stick
bit?
your
I have
foot-
tea.
Just stick your foot in it really quickly and, like, let's go, come on. This woman, she is weird.
I'm right in front of you. I'm actually behind you, even. You're using my...
Weird because of how
Kitties as
pretty
pillows.
you are.
Thank you,
Oh.
dear. Come and tell me when you want to remember things, though. You pluck another mushroom off
What
and
did
just
you
drop
say?
it. When you want to remember
What did you
things,
say?
memories are so fickle. Oh, for the back. When you want to remember things. All of you, actually. I'm very good with memories. I am very good with art. I am very good with a meal of any sort. And I'm also very good with cats, except for that one, apparently. Oh,
I stick my head back in the door. You named your cat grilled cheese. And then I put my head back out.
I did. I did. And she is amazing. She is so big. I got her straight from the Khan of the North, all the way in Shangdu. And I don't travel that far for just anyone. But when a bitch is named Kuvira, you just don't say no. You know? You're almost done, by the way. You had 23
Maury is
mushrooms,
pulling
so,
the
and
boots
because
in.
she's pulling the boots in.
Putting the boot back on one of them, but they was at least doing that before the memory thing came up, and they're
Yeah.
still unlaced. So if you can imagine how many laces those like knee-high Converse have, it's about as many laces as her boots have, and the other one is like limp in her hand, and she's just like still kind of staring. Just
Oh, do you want me to continue? Yes. So the memory thing. Yes. I am very good at making people remember things as they were.
for free, like with the mushrooms.
Oh, well, that's the fun part. I'm a pricey bitch, but I am good with pretty much whenever, you know? Like, not whenever, wherever. We'll always be together. Oh, no, wrong thing, wrong song. But yes. You give me something, I'll give you a little something back. You give me, like, something cool, something good, like a magic item, a really, really, really big sword, juicy gossip. Yeah, you can trade me with juicy gossip. Things like that. I also work with pretty much other things. I'm a magic shop after all, so I sell components. I'm always in need of more components. For example, I would love some blood. Blood is a very powerful component, and it would simply be used for things like
blood?
that. Oh, anyone's blood. I can make use of pretty much anything. For example, I have a very charming blue-scaled dragon-looking fellow came into my shop like earlier today, gave me some. And that little bitch was a godling. Oh, and there's this one time where the leshy was an orange. Oh God, they gave me some of theirs, and the leshy was a godling too. But you would think a god that's a fruit? Is it juice or is it blood? So I had to taste it, and the answer is juicy blood. But waste
Out of
of
character,
time. Waste
I
of
don't know
matters.
what Bimori bleeds. I don't know what'll happen
You wanna
if
find
you
out?
cut Bimori, but
I mean,
but Bimori like looks at her own like just like arm and is like, if I give you some blood, would that work?
Mhm.
The only gossip I have is that Marakit's ex is the Chimera form.
I'll do it for that. I'll do it for that.
This is why I'm outside.
You keep your beautiful blood here. I don't think you're interested in seeing what it looks like anyways.
Chronically incapable of keeping her mouth shut.
But also, did
Oh,
Marakit say
I'll do
X?
it.
I don't think they said
No.
This is only Bimori. This
I'm-
is absolutely Bimori.
Yeah, no,
hearing
no,
things
Song is going
incorrectly
based
and
off
just
of that.
dropping it. So it's even better. I lied and I got something for free. So really, everyone should be very impressed with Bimori right now, is what she's going to be thinking later, actually.
But is it
In
a
case
lie?
she gets in trouble for it.
Yeah,
We
Marakit's
don't know.
expression absolutely reveals that was not a lie.
Oh my
Then
god.
Song will finish taking out the last mushroom, and she did it very well for the record. You don't even have weird bumps or anything. It's like they weren't there. You might be a little red or purple, I don't know, in certain areas, just because that's where it was, and so that's where the where she took it out. That's where the pinching happened for a little bit. You might have a couple of those, but other than that, it's gonna go, and it's very clean. And she'll take the bowl of mushrooms. She puts it aside somewhere, like down or whatever, and she'll go, okay, you give me something, I'll give you something. That's how we work, by the way. I'm traveling also. You'll see me around, because I'm your best source of information, usually. I'm also really good at custom wear. So, just when you need me, my cards are in there. Make sure you keep one. That's all I'm saying. For you, though, what kind of memory you want? You want a deep one? You want a recent one? You want a really good fucking dream?
I want a happy one.
You want a happy one? Okay.
That was uncomfortably vulnerable for Bimori. And it hits her after it comes out of her mouth, and she's like, I'm gonna have to be very rude later to deter whatever will come from this. So
Song will get off the table, go under it, pull out all these things. Like there's like a motor and whatnot. There's a bunch of liquids. There's leaves. There's even a candle that she just lights and keeps it up, and then she just goes, so I'm gonna make you something, and essentially drink it in a safe place. Okay? In a place where for example, you get a room in the tavern, drink it in the room, but let your friends know so that way they can check up on you. I'm only saying this because, like, the last thing you want is this is for this to work really, really well, and you are sleepwalking. That's essentially what these things do. It'll knock you out for a little bit. It's going to, however long it takes, it's however long you want it. And if it's really, really strong, you will sleepwalk. Well, I really hope you don't sleepwalk. Too many people go missing around here. She's making
Alright.
it, by the way, as she's talking. You see her even like take a knife, like poke her own like thumb and whatnot, like slap like a drop of blood in there. Continues, stirs it all up, and then puts it in a pot and boils it for a little bit. And she goes, "Yeah, boiling is the boring part. But we'll put it in a very pretty bottle for you."
Are there any other side effects? And she's got the mouth of the pipe fox pinched between her hands preemptively, and all you can hear is a muffled, like... And she's just pinching it. She's pinching it.
Comms are open for Psalm, yes. She is a painter. She's a skilled painter. Thank you, chat. Also for chat, and just for you expert perception-y people, there is totally a super buff orange. A picture, a drawing, a sketch of a super buff orange. And I know what you're thinking. What do you mean a super buff orange? I mean like bright orange hair with like a stem and a leaf, and they're super buff, one bit of a vest, and what's that? A Glock? Yes. Another Glock in their hand? Yes. And it's like, and it's comic book style done, and it's called The Fruit That Shoots, and it's like the cover of it. just for the people who listen to the Two Want the Moon special. There you go.
I need this to be real, and I need to see it.
Of course you see it, yes. It's like right behind.
No, out of character.
In real life.
I would like to see it.
Oh, in real life? Yeah. This is, I don't know if you guys, oh boy, I won't get into a tangent right now. But the best way to put it is, when I first ran Shambhala on my podcast, somebody asked, "Can I be a Leshy with a gun?" And I said, "Sure." And they were like, "Can I be a god Leshy with a gun?" And I said, "Sure." And then I spent one whole episode inventing Comic-Con. Just for them. So for the fruit that shoots.
The fruit that shoots.
But that aside, she finishes the potion. The more you get it in this lovely little purple, that's the color, crystal looking bottle. It's very Barbie Fairytopia vibes, you know. It's just beautiful crystal and whatnot. You're pretty sure if you opened the little cap on it, like little glitter will swoop out, you know, just something like that. Minor particle effects, you know.
I love that that's where you went with that, because the first thing I thought was, oh, like the poison for Cusco's poison.
Yeah, it's like the poison for Cusco's poisons, the poison that is for Cusco's poison, yeah. Something like that. And,
nice. Perfect.
You receive it, she gives it to you, and she goes, "For the juicy information, it's not much, because I don't want you off the rocker or anything. It's a little bit, but you can let me know when you want more. And you can let me know if you want something that's not in bottled form. I could literally just..." That's not safe for work. That would not come out right. It's fine. The best way to put it is I could have just used a spell type of vibe and just done it right here. But I don't think we're ready for that yet. I don't think
Mori
anyone
has one shoe on.
Mm-hmm.
One shoe on is in this thing with one shoe, like the one that has a boot on it. She doesn't want to be rude, so she's kind of like upped it, so she's kind of on her tippy toe to like not dirty the floor at all. And she's on the sock foot. It's a great dignified look for a scary pirate, and takes the vial, and like nods. Is incapable of reacting to anything, any of that, and is now hopping slightly backwards to put the other boot on, and like pockets the potion and just kind of like tips in thank you, because I don't know enough memories to know how to respond to that.
When you put
even if you had your memories, I don't think you would.
Yeah. When you put both your boots on, not necessarily the laces will be on.
Oh, thank God.
Song just does bruh, and it goes up, and it's on, it's tied, and she goes, just so I don't have to see you lob around again.
Thank you.
I believe you're all done with me, or... Well, you're done with me for now. Yes? No?
Mori leaves. Just out. She's out. This is too much.
Marakit is going to lean in and say, I mean, you're clearly a connoisseur of gossip. Is that for you, or do you do something with that?
Like what I do with the gossip? Are you asking me what I do? Oh, that's very rich. Well, I'm a bit of an information broker, but I'm also such a nosy bitch. I just want to know, Yes, I just want to know sometimes. There are very many, many interesting characters of this really, really lavishly mediocre world. So, and information is power. You're all minor lords, but one way or another, gonna come back to me. And I wonder who has more power then. And if you're into that, then war. I must say I'm not into most. My standards are high.
Well, I can assure you that the information Mori traded you is only good for its entertainment value.
She's gonna look directly at you. And do you want to make a deception? Or
gonna roll that real quick. Okay, good.
Well,
Wait,
are you
so-
using your point?
Yep.
If Marakit is rolling deception right now, does that mean that Mori was correct?
I
don't know,
am
man.
a
Y'all just give me
genius.
popcorn. Y'all do-
I'm just
that's-
making note of that.
That's a 37.
I don't know, man. Y'all are gays, okay? Y'all are gays. You came into here. I said pirates. I'll give you hot people. I gave you a dilf, a milf, and a monster, and y'all went yes. So, like, I don't know. You read it the way you want to read it. What you roll?
I got a 37.
She's gonna look you directly in the eyes and go, I mean, if that's what you want me to say for now, I'll say it for now, but I think we both know a couple of things about the elusive one.
I want to dig into that so much, but I will not.
She also
Don't
beat
worry.
a 37, so just gonna throw that out there.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry about it, baby. Don't ask me too many questions yet. When you do want to, in your bunches of talismans, do take one of my cards. They're in there. I have a couple in there. Keep it on you. When you really, really, really want me, like information, a place to go, a sign, well then maybe you can read it, what's on the card, and it'll be really easy for you to find me that way, okay?
As we leave, Ita is just gonna give Marikit a look, like raise an eyebrow. X, huh?
Oh, look, we finally found people who appreciate your lineage.
And that's where we're gonna take a break.
Yeah.
Gather your crew and prepare to embark on the journey of a lifetime as you explore the packed worlds of the Starfinder universe, taking on the role of a science fantasy hero customized to fit your playstyle. But danger lurks amongst the stars. Will you fight back with advanced weaponry and cunning tactics? Or will your hero wield the devastating forces that fuse magic and technology together to alter reality? Your crew must come together if you have any hope of victory. In Starfinder, every decision drives the adventure as you build an epic saga with your friends. Bring your story to life in a game where the fate of the worlds rests on the answer to the most important question of all. What do you do? Begin your journey into the Starfinder universe today with the Starfinder Beginner Box, now available at Paizo.com, your local gaming store, and anywhere else adventure can be found.
The mighty red dragon swoops in over the battlefield. The wind beating from its wings nearly knocks you over. As you stand in its mighty presence, you realize there is no hope for any of you.
Well, I'm out of spells, so I'm just a 10th level dude.
And I'm still unconscious. So if one of you could please go into my bag and get my healing potion, that'd be great.
Then I smash the lizard. Raging, charging, power attack.
Roll your worthless attack. Your pitiful attack glances off the dragon's scale, and it opens its mouth, casting you in the molten glow of its inner heat as it prepares to release its fiery breath upon you all.
Wait, I haven't gone yet.
What weapon could you possibly have to defeat the great dragon?
The greatest weapon in all the realm, forged by Norse foundry to defeat all evil.
No, it can't be.
Take up a fight against evil with the finest weapons in the realm at NorseFoundry.com. And be sure to watch Dragons and Things every Friday night on Twitch.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. What's up?
Oh, nothing? It's just someone took a glass of the coffee and didn't make any more.
Well, it wasn't me. I don't even drink coffee.
I wasn't really blaming you.
Then what?
Well, I was just...
Oh, I get it.
I'm sorry. I didn't even know you were there.
But I'm always there, Matthew. I'm Jesus.
Okay.
Did you not get the memo? The part right here? Thou shalt not take my name in vain?
I actually did not get that.
Maybe we should revisit this part. About lies.
We don't really need to do that. I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
I hope not. You don't hear me running around the office yelling, Matthew Johnson! Every time I stub my toe or get a pube caught in my zipper.
What?
Matthew, I'm going to forgive you. It's kind of my thing. But watch yourself, all right?
God damn it.
The wrong sound is never right. Don't let the wrong sound ruin the moment at your gaming table. Sirenscape has dozens of sound sets designed by gamers for gamers that add the atmosphere you need for epic tabletop gaming. See? The right sound sounds right. Epic games need epic sound. Journey to Sirenscape.com to download the app for free. And be sure to catch Sirenscape in action on Dragons and Things every Friday night at 6 p.m. Pacific on Twitch.
Hello, welcome back. We're back, yeah, from a break. I don't know why I had a brain fart there. And I'm assuming y'all have just left. Songs, oh dear, Songs Curios and Magic Mayhem. Boy, was I not gonna say that. And, was there anything you'd like to do? I believe Rashu had something they wanted to do, yes?
Yeah, so I've been standing outside for a little bit longer than I expected. I expected to be like, hey, I'm leaving, and everyone to be like, we're leaving too, and none of that happened. So while I'm standing out there, I would start sort of looking for the spirit that comes, specifically trying to see how I'm feeling and what it can give me around this place that I am, and maybe even the talismans and what we've been given.
Okay, okay. You can roll your perception, but I will say, how silly of you. You rolled up against an auntie. Buy is never buy. Okay. I was like, I like DM'd the great producer Jared. I was like, we should be done. Then we lasted like 20 more minutes, as is with aunties. Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a 34.
34.
I like this die. Just so everyone, I want to share this. This is a really cool die. It has some like shiny symbols on it. Those are actually Japanese characters. So it's like a metal die with like Japanese numbers on it. Or
really
I guess
cool.
Chinese
Pretty.
characters. But yeah, I really like it. And it's rolling really well tonight. So it is the die of choice.
Nice. Also, no, that's not. I'm highlighting this comment over here. No, that's not why I made you a villain or thug. My goal, my personal inside goal that I have not disclosed to you, but I might as well right now, is that I'm gonna somehow wiggle you in every single session, just somewhere in the background, doing something. Right? I made you a thug. I made you a crab. I don't know what I'll make you this time, but I'll make you something. And so
I could go for another crab.
So,
No, I don't trust Bamori with crabs right now. I'm watching.
So with a 34, and I will say it's your vibe check is sort of general. I'll say just for this case. Do you see spirits? Yes. They're wisps wandering everywhere. Some white, some black. It's sort of like a candle, foof, 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 like that in the wind. Sometimes you can see like an occasional full body Kadavo, full body wolf. Sometimes you can't, and even then, it's sort of like, sometimes when you see that spot and you try to look at it to focus on it and it disappears from your sight. It's like that. They're there. And are they playing with you? I wouldn't say you get playful vibes, but they're spirits, and spirits are inherently cryptic and weird, and you've met a lot of cryptic, weird people in technically one day. So this is a lot. This has been a lot, yes.
I'm going to talk to it. I want to talk to it and ask about the talisman and see if, like, they are going to protect us. I want to see what happens. Just because we were told not to talk to them. Like, we were told not to follow ones that talk back. So now I need to know if they talk.
So what do you ask exactly? Are you like waving it around like, what's this sack of thing do?
I don't think I have like the physical thing. I think it's more me sort of talking to myself going, this has been so strange since the moment we walked in there. Are these really going to keep us safe when we're running from all of the pirate lords at the start of a war? And he's sort of thinking really hard, seeing these wisps sort of fly through the air and disappear.
For you, can you, whatever is better or whatever you're trained in, make a roll, either survival, occult, I'll also take religion, and arcane. Just one of those. Either what's better or whatever you're trained in, because I have no idea if...
Yeah. I am trained in both survival and occult, but I'm going to go with occult here because that just sounds cooler. That's a 14 plus 16. Ooh, that's a 30.
30.
I'm rolling my good skills today. That's all.
Yes, you are. And I will say, just this vibe. You know the talismans are magical. Song did not lie about that. Like, it's just that feeling that you have in your hand. You're like, this is magic. And maybe it's the fact that there's several of these stacked together. Or maybe it's the fact that that woman weird. But this is a fat stack of magic in your hand. This is a lot. It's almost a bit overwhelming your senses now that you're directly focusing on them. And ooh. Wait a minute. Okay, sorry. Everything froze for me, and I was like, is that me or is that you? My bad. That was me. And so when you ask the spirits this, I don't think you're expecting an answer. But you see one wolf, a white wolf, sitting on the... not on the boat, actually. They would be sitting by the plank which you walked upon. They are not entering this boat whatsoever, but they're sitting right in front of it. But somewhere you hear, "Look at me. Look at me, Hunter. Look at me." It's coming from the back. It's not in the shop, but from the back.
I keep silent, and I am gonna pretend that did not happen. So,
Keeps
very
going.
much waiting.
Hunter, look at me, look, Hunter, look at me, Hunter, look at me, Hunter.
Have you ever
look.
seen a cat ignore something? That is exactly what's happening. Like, that over there is the most interesting thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It has my 9,000,000% attention. My ear is twisting back for a second, and then like, don't do that. You're over here. But yeah. Nope.
I think you will hear this. You will keep hearing this. You will hear the look at me, look at me. You asked for me, look at me, Hunter, look. You'll keep hearing that. It gets very aggressive. And then your friends come out. And you stop hearing it. Like, immediately.
Oh.
You also stop seeing the white wolf immediately. Like your connection was severed. Not in that terms of like extremeness, okay? But you ever abruptly hang up a phone call?
Yeah.
Silence, like that. It's gone. That ringing is gone. The spirits are gone. Yeah.
Gods, that woman was so weird.
Yes.
Oh, but when he says it, it's fine.
Remember that she can probably still hear you.
She is weird though, right?
Yeah. Agreed. Why don't we head back to wherever we're heading? We do have an unlimited tab for the night on the princess's dime before the feast,
Yes.
right?
We do.
And if we're meant to
For
be
once,
eyes and
I
ears.
agree with Rashu.
I also want to sort of position myself behind Irha and then try, when we're walking, try to get Irha's attention.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
So,
turn around?
is anyone else? Yeah. I'm like, yeah.
No, I'll stick to Marikit for now.
Can I talk to you for a moment?
Yeah, what's wrong, Rashu?
So spirits, you see them, I see them. I think I saw some or I heard one outside of the shop while you guys were talking.
One spoke to you.
Oh, it more than spoke. It yelled and raved and tried to make me listen to it. Obviously, listening to the rule that we had earlier, I didn't do that, but yes, it did.
What did it sound like? Did it sound angry or curious or...
At first, like a whisper, and then louder and louder until it wouldn't stop telling me to look around. I've never heard a spirit speak to me. That's not what the spirits I normally see do.
I agree with you on that.
This was something else.
I've also never spoken to a spirit before, but Rashu, there is something wrong in this city, something wrong with its magic. It's putrid and stale and far too sticky for its own good, I think. And I wonder if that has anything to do with the spirits talking here.
That would make sense. I'm getting wisps of good and evil. I've seen these spirits since I was a boy, hunting in the woods with my father. They come and go. One white, one black. One tending to lead to more positive outcomes generally, and one that I've seen mark death more times than I can count. So I don't quite know what we're dealing with here, but there's signs of both of them constantly in this town, everywhere.
And one
for some
doesn't
reason,
show up more often than the other.
No, I specifically saw one, the black one, trailing from Blackwater yesterday, or earlier this evening, at the dinner. And there was some kind of swirling, I think has to do with, and time out, this is Randy, the player. It was like swirling out from Blackwater towards Marquette, right? When I saw it?
Swirling out, it was swirling out from Blackwater, and Marquette had something kind of like puffing like this on the chest. And the puffing only happened when Blackwater got open. So it's like that's how you noticed it. It was like ping pong for you.
So I would share that with Irha. I have no idea what that means.
Marikit seems to have greater connections to these major pirate lords than they let on. They don't seem to want to talk about it, though, so I don't know that just asking is going to do anything for us. We should probably keep an eye, because I saw the same, well, not the same spirit, but I saw black thorns, trees, death following Blackwater as well.
Okay.
There's something not right with that man.
Agreed. All right.
I wonder if Marikit is in danger here, or if they're embroiled in a scheme that they haven't even told us about.
Would you both like to make a society roll? This would particularly be on the Major Lord, and perhaps just, well, we'll see what happens.
I got a 6, so that's a no for me, dog.
You do have 2 hero points.
Oh, I will use one. Let's.
I'm gonna use one as well because I rolled kind of shit. So let's do that one more time. Oh, I rolled even worse. I'm gonna use my last hero point.
That's a 19, and that's the best or second best you can get from me. So.
Okay, I rolled a 27.
What, 27? And was that
And a
19 total?
Yes. But I'm trying. That's me
You're
really,
a
really trying.
That's you guys. Yes, that is.
I do not like that
combined
little
effort.
GM evil giggle. I will just say.
Yeah. With your efforts here, you are aware of some things, like Davion Blackwater is a major lord, has been a major lord for a long time, but you also know that they are, the best way to put it is they choke the life out of any resource they are given. You know, it's, if they have it, they have it. They use it up, they dry it out, they and when they're done with it, they're done with it. They will find every single way, use, whatever, whenever someone makes a deal with them. You know in particular, you've heard like rumors of like just the devil of the sea, and for a while maybe you thought it was the chimera form who actually looks like a sea monster, but perhaps now you're thinking of it a little bit more, and maybe it's the guy who made a deal with a very important figure to wipe away his and his people's debts in order to keep a child locked away for many years. Maybe there's even worse things that he can do. Maybe he's the devil. These are thoughts that kind of just come rolling into you. One other thought I will say is, it's not really a thought, it's straight up information. You know that he can't resist a good deal.
It's possible that
actually, no.
the princess...
Yeah, I was gonna also mention that. The princess did also say, if the city isn't drowning, they are drowning by water, they are drowning by sand, or by debt. There you go.
Got it.
It seems that the one keeping the third star hostage may be more fearsome than he seems. I thought him just an old man, but...
And there also seemed to be at least the potential for something to happen to our captain. We both need to, but I am here before money. I promise to keep her safe. And I will do that for them.
Yeah. Yes, we should keep a close eye on Marikit to ensure their safety.
He looks at you with a lot of, like, before when he was poking fun at you, he was kind of like jokey. Right now, he is dead serious. He sort of backtrots and sort of gets quiet and just starts looking around. Vigilant.
Yeah, I think Ida was also quite serious in their conversation, but at the mention of Marikit and their safety, there's a little bit of, I think, like, double-layered meanings to what they were saying. It's not quite as sincere and genuine as maybe you would hope.
I believe you guys are walking and talking,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I will say, Marikit, specifically from... wait. Yes, yeah, sorry. You would see it. You would see, what looks like a seaweed leshy entering a tavern. Not many seaweed leshies stay on land, you know. And this tavern, oh, look at that. The right way down.
Marakit will sort of sigh, and the water collects against them in sort of like comforting embrace. But they say, well, this is where we are heading, right? Time to gather some information and ring up a tab.
Yeah.
Mori nods, but also like leans in since the other two had been having a conversation to her captain and goes, I might require some supervision for a bit tonight.
Mori, it's your choice. Are you sure that you want to do this? Good memories are valuable, but the rest, whatever they're involved with, they're still lost to you. The end result might... Are you sure you want to do this?
If I'm scared of what I'll remember, I'll never remember anything. So yeah, sure.
All right.
Plus,
Let me know,
I know
and-
you won't tell everybody if I sleepwalk and do something undignified. Potentially.
Let me know when you need
Or
supervision.
I suppose I spilled one of your secrets. Sorry, I suppose I spilled one of your secrets. So you know. I suppose you could tell Rashu.
I don't deal like that. I will keep your secret as best I can.
You're strangely honorable for a pirate. Has anybody ever told you that?
For all the good that it does me. And they will walk inside.
You guys are inside the right way down. It's just like it is before, upside down boat. And it is way more lively. More people, that's for sure. Hustling, bustling. More than Cardamon's out now. Now you can actually kind of see, what's that? Was that the tiefling you guys beat up real bad? Sent him flying through time and space? Now behind the counter, Loki helping? Yes, it would appear that Cardamon and the family, just kind of brought him in immediately. He looks better. Jared looks better. There will be another Jared. Don't worry, I'll figure out how to make a second Jared cameo be included. but that Jared, spiky one, a lot better actually looking. You also
As the Mori
see...
passes, she kind of does the little like motion.
You do that. So Jared immediately was having a good time, actually. Seems like or at least a calm time. And then they see you, and they look at you, and they drop whatever they're holding, and just, you don't need to have any supreme instincts to know that, boy, is that blood pressure rising? Just that kind of vibe. And then Cardamon will just pop her head up, to try and get your guys' attention. She goes, "Oh, hi, hey, you guys came back, and you're alive, and you're all, yes, together. I remember. No, you're not. You're missing one person. That's okay. Come over here. Please come over here and away from Jared. He's made so much progress in 4 hours."
Their life has been changed for the better.
Forever.
I don't think you understand what you've done to him. Reincarnation is the thing. And then you were like, you've seen your past lives. You've seen this world explode. You've showed him too many things. I believe this Jared knows what the true meaning of life is. And I believe this Jared would like to not remember that.
That's fair. That is fair.
I think
He's got
Bamori
the
would
wisdom
lean
of the
over real
universe.
quick and what is it? And be like, if you have memories, I don't know, something you don't want anymore. Can't imagine what. You should go see Song. Just a tip. And she just like keeps squawking. She's all good. Her attention is back on Cardamom.
I think Jared will go tend to other guests. One other thing you would note is that there are these big orc bodies, I'll say, walking a bunch amongst this tavern. I did, mention before that Cardamom is a half orc, half gnome, but she looks like a very tiny orc is the best way to put it, right? Very sweet, very cute. You will very much notice there's a familial relation with these giant waiters, except they just look like giant gnomes. They don't even got tusks, really. Cardamon's the one who has tusks. They're big, buff. They mean business. One of them's got like one of those classic sailor tattoos of like an anchor and like a shark. And if they like flex, it moves. It's like, look, we're swimming. You know, like one of those vibes. Yeah. Just several of.
It's because anchors famously swim.
In and out. Just yeah. When you're that big, you can make an anchor swim. You know. Cardamom will come over.
I love it.
Bring you guys over, and go. So what can I get you guys? Are you guys hungry? Are you guys looking for a place to stay? If you are looking for a place to stay, I can do something, you know?
All of the above.
Mm-hmm.
Put it on the third stars tab. Isn't that what they told us to say?
And when Rashu says all of the above, we mean all of the above. We want everything on your menu.
You want everything?
Everything. You know,
not everything. Not everything. Not everything. No, not what they had earlier. They cannot take it. And I will not be embarrassed.
Okay. I'll take off the orc's fist. Don't worry about it.
I also want to pay to sit up there, and he points to like the upside down table that is like on the ceiling.
I can
I
do
want
that
to
for
sit
you.
there.
And if
I can do it myself.
I can
do it myself. And he goes, I will pay. I'll take it down here, and then I'll go up there myself.
Up there.
You'll see. I'll pay for it.
So I didn't go to school or anything, but I know how gravity works, you know, and if you were to take your food up there and try to eat it, I think it would just fall on our customers, and then I don't want food from the ceiling to fall on our customers.
It won't.
But
it won't.
If you okay. That's so ominous. Are you like a major? I don't want to know, actually. You said everything? Everything? Okay, I can get you everything. Mm-hmm. Do you want our best rooms then? Does that count as everything for you? Oh, okay. We have really good rooms. They're upstairs, like all the way upstairs. Which I guess is actually downstairs, but it's okay. And I'll get you your room keys. You would know because our doors, they have a really, so our door will have, your door will have this really cool anchor on it, and, there's only really, okay. There is one bed, and we have 2 of those rooms. That means there's 2 beds, and I mean, I guess that means you'll have to share something.
Mori just pipes up, trying to ignore whatever is happening down there. And goes, the captain and I will take that room.
And then you two will take the other room, or do you want less nice rooms?
Minha just looks over at Rashu. Are we sharing a bed tonight, Rashu?
I guess we are. I'm good.
I guess we are.
Okay, great. Puts you down for that. Pops out those 2 keys like they were like already on her, and she'll slide it over to you guys.
Waiting.
In terms of everything on our menu, well, we have a lot of stuff. We do have a lot of stuff. A lot of curries, coconut curries, fish curries, coconut fish curries. We also do a real good, you ever have one of those big ass sharks? It's really big sharks?
No, but I would love to.
Shark steak.
Cardamom, you
what we
don't
call
gotta
it.
sell us on it. One of everything. Everything.
One of everything.
And
Okay.
to all the
More
people
fine.
drinking out here, one more round.
No.
Yes, and say it's from our ship.
Don't tell
them.
I was about to say, don't tell them from whom it is. But okay.
We're going to the feast.
Maybe I should
They
let
know
myself
we're going
get
to the
stolen
feast.
again.
Nice.
We're making friends,
You
guys.
do, unfortunately. Yeah, you're making lots of friends. You get a big round of a roar of applause. Cardamom hops down, like shuffles over, like around the counter, cups her hands around her mouth like this, and then she goes, Paprika, I need your help. I can't cut the shark on my own. And Paprika, a giant, muscular, mask-presenting orc gnome man, dark skin, beautiful curls on their hair, full sleeves of tattoos, one like towel over his super chiseled shoulder. This man looks like he came out of fucking Magic Mike, but like even bigger, you know, very Dwayne Johnson-y, and just walks over and goes, yeah, sure, okay. And just like stomps really over. He's a giant man, has to dodge the upside down tables and whatnot. Goes in, bends like all the way down to get into the back kitchen, while Cardamom is like moving like you ever see like a corgi try to walk and match your speed? It's Cardamom going after him. Cardamom, Paprika, yeah. And you have time. Occasionally your meals will be brought to you. You will get these very, and they look so much better than what you drank earlier. This, actually, the food, the best way to put it is home cooking, you know? That's the vibe you get. It's nice, it's warm, it's very bright colors. You'll get a lot of curries at first, but you can kind of tell there's a bit of a fusion-y vibe going on. Most of you guys are actually not from here. Perhaps you've passed by Shangdu, so you've seen, the smells are the same. You can assume that the spices are the same. However, there's not, a lot of, rough meat, not rough meats. There's not a lot of, your typical meats of, cattle and stuff in here. Instead, you're getting, fish, lots of seafood, a giant shrimp with, some, orange curry on rice also is, given to you. You can tell whomever is getting their food is definitely not afraid of what's in the water. You start getting more and more bigger seafood, deeper waters, that kind of vibe. And you're just okay.
Aki, so what I want to do, and this is just because I can, or I'm going to at least try, is I want to grab some giant piece of seafood that comes out in my mouth Have you ever seen a cat like take food and then like wander off to like where they're gonna eat it, like sort of somewhere else? I look up at that table that I requested to sit at, and I'm gonna jump up there and pull myself up. Now, the reason I'm doing that is because I am a master in acrobatics, and I also have a lot of feats that let me jump and quick jump very easily and just do all kinds of stealthy acrobatic-y stuff. So this looks effortless from me. And I want to go up there because cats like high places.
Yeah. I still want an acrobatics roll because now I'm just curious what you're gonna get. And if it's like if you do roll in that one, then this becomes a little bit funny. But I wouldn't say you fall from there just because of your many feats.
That's a 37.
That'll do, donkey. You can go up there, no problem. Would you like to make a spectacle and or show of it?
Yes, absolutely.
Describe, how do you go up there? How do you get up there?
So, I look at the bar counter, like the one down here, and then I look at the one up there. And what I want to do is I want to like spring leap straight up, which to an average person would be really difficult, but looks really cool. And I want to grab it with my feet and then like swing myself over onto the top of the table, still holding the fish in my mouth, and then pull myself up and then climb inside and get comfy and just sort of eat up there.
And you do. Some people ooh and ah. One person who's a correct amount of drunk will just look and go, fucking cats. Fucking cats. Nice. You know, just one of those things. I will say, unfortunately, because you are a cat folk, you may occasionally have people come over and try to pet the cat. You know, they are brave enough or they're drunk enough. But now that you're on the ceiling, they are daring enough. The same place. Some are daring. I will say most fail because it's like they get up and they're on the floor. That kind of vibe. This tavern has gotten very, very lively. And I will say, you guys, perhaps it's the noise, the bustle, it's the fact that you finally feel homely or warm in here. You don't notice how quickly it gets dark. And maybe you peer out the windows, the porthole type vibes, and you see, and it's pitch black outside. You have time. You can do as you will. I believe some of you wanted to start searching for information, as you guys are also being slowly given your feast of curries and seafood. God, so you might even get like a roll of sorts.
If it's all right, Bimori will take like the first solid food that she gets, that like is not like a curry that'll fall. And because I also am a master of acrobatics, and Bimori is nothing if not annoying as hell, and used to the zero gravity thing because it's one of her spells, she is going to also do the leaping thing and acrobatic her way up to sit at the table, hooking her feet under like because you said it was nailed to the ceiling, hooking her feet in the thing so that she can keep herself like next to Rashu, eating her, I don't know, pita or something.
You may do that.
Let me roll.
Yes, roll your acrobatics. Also, I did forget to mention this, my bad. Marikit, you do see some familiar faces. Sitting in a corner, enjoying
It's a 42.
themselves. 42. You telling me you weren't up there already? I didn't know you were playing Spider-Man. Spider whatever. Oh my goodness.
I love that you made this place upside down. When I saw that in the first fight, I was like, I'm going up there.
It's just cool. It's so cool.
Thank you. But yes, Marquis, you see 3 familiar faces. You will see the same, like, little seaweed fleshy that you saw before. Specifically, they just look like a green Lullafell for people who know what Final Fantasy XIV is. But of course, like, more seaweed hair, more of the more natural textures. And they have little pants, and they're sitting on a booster seat because they're very tiny. You will see this big humanoid woman with one of those septum? Is this septum? I don't know. One of those piercings that kind of just go around over here, nice big hoop. She's got the horns like a water buffalo. This big woman, brown skin, graying hair, having a good time. And of course, you will lastly see a large deep blue scaled lizard folk. You know them as, in order, Wakame, Tita Gloria, and Ryuga.
Yeah, seeing that half of my current crew is on the ceiling, I'm gonna grab one of the many dishes of curry that, seems like something I know that they would like, and I will sort of mosey on over towards that corner. Trying to avoid Ira. I don't know what he's doing, but...
Ira, what are you
if
doing,
Ira...
and would you like to notice?
Yeah, I was gonna say, if Ira sees that Marikit has suddenly decided to hide in a corner, they are definitely going to follow. And I think, I can imagine that you're just, sitting, you found, this table to sit at, and Ira's just lied on in front of you. Why are you hiding, Marikit, Captain?
Why aren't you joining everyone else up on the ceiling? It seems like they're having a great time.
You know very well that I have no interest in being somewhere that my feet can't touch the ground. Plus, I can't get up there even if I tried. But you are avoiding the question, Captain. What are you hiding from?
Hiding is a strong word. Besides, aren't we supposed to be secret ears and secret eyes? I would think that hiding is a part of that.
What do you expect to hear and see in this corner, Marikit? There's nobody here. If you were going to survey anyone, wouldn't it be over there? In the middle of everything? Tell me.
They will, I think, sort of glance over, unintentionally towards the corner where there is the Leshy and the woman and the lizard folk.
Ita's eyes will follow, I think, Marikit's gaze. And for the GM, would I be able to recognize that those are, the Chimera Form's crew, I assume? Question mark, do I know anything about those people, or...
Yeah, so based on your role prior, because you were the one who was trying to keep an eye out for the Chimera Form, you would have definitely recognized these people being a part of her crew, specifically singing her in, especially. So it was a part of her entrance. You were you had a direct seat in front of it. So yes, you would know that is the Chimera Form's crew. I will say that blue-scaled lizard. The blue looks too blue. And it takes you a second. It takes them a second. You've seen Spideyverse where they all have that their Spidey sense go off when they're around each other? You both turn, and make direct eye contact at each other, for a hot second, and you are very certain you are now in the presence of another godling. And then the big bull woman kind of turns, sees Marikit, and her eyes like light up, and she goes, "My little bossing! It's so good to see you, baby!" And she like runs over, big bull woman. She's pushing drunks out of the way to just grab your face, Marikit. And you're being smooched by a tita. Tita means auntie. You're being smooched by an auntie all over the face. Blah, 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 blah. She hasn't seen you in a few years. And it's very wholesome. You are used to this, probably. You know how to keep the curry safe. That's all I'm saying. You do not spill any curry. The Leshy, however, Wakame will look over and deflate. Just a little bit. Visually deflate. They get greener or something, I don't know. They deflate.
I think that Marikit is a little stiff at first when Gloria runs over, but then, like, they very visibly and clearly sort of melt into the greeting and, like, hug her back.
She's, like, holding your face and she's like, Bossing, where'd you go? It's so boring on the ship, and you have a big friend. Stands up, she's bigger than you, Yurta. And she goes, "Who are you? Are you Bossing's friend? What kind of friend are you to Bossing?"
Oh, yes, hello. My name is Irha. I am Bossing's second in command now. Tell me, you seem to know them very well.
Second in command? Bossing, is that why you haven't come back? Did you forget me? Did you forget us? Did you not, like, want to be with us? That's fucking rude, Bossing! And, Tita is a little not sober. And she's huge.
Like, entirely sincerely, I never would have wanted to leave you. But yes, I have my own crew now. Yirha, and sort of points up at the ceiling. And the two up there.
I also wave.
Oh, hello!
Same.
So polite. Well, why don't you all come join us? We have such a big table, and it's just the three of us. Oh, we would love to have them, right? Right, the lizard, right? You guys just kind of like, yeah, of course. And the Leshy, little Lalafell-looking one, the deepest, most masculine voice you can think of, okay? Goes, No, I don't know. Stay on your side. Please. Good Lord, all the gods, please. Just stay on your side. I'm wearing makeup. And I did that. Let's see what happens later.
Turning to Tita Gloria, I don't want to impose and bring myself back where I'm not wanted, but if you'd like to sit with us, we have all of this food.
No, Mariki, don't be rude. Come on. We would love to sit with you.
The fucking power play.
Wait, does anyone gesture for us sea lingers to come down? Because I will. Okay, then I would like find a place to like jump down and cat jump.
Yeah, I think
I'll just fly down. I could have flown up, but I forgot.
But Mori can fly?
Yeah, Mori has flown several times already in the show, but I can do that.
Oh yeah, you have you did float over the tunnel of crap.
That's right.
I did.
You guys come over. You bring the food over. Their table is big. They're able to they straight up. Tita Gloria will straight up. She goes from asking politely to borrow chairs to straight up looking at people who seem passed out drunk, kicking them off and pulling the chair and bringing it. And you guys are now smushed up together under table with one very unenthusiastic seaweed leshy staring soullessly onto the table, like you put them in timeout or something. Everyone else is rather chill. You have your drinks, you have some food. What would you like to do?
Was it bossing that
like-
they called you? That they called you?
Bossing.
I'd be like, so tell me a bit more about bossing. I'd love to know more.
Tita Gloria lights up and she goes, bossing. So sweet. Known her for... God, how long has it been? We've celebrated a Dabu, so clearly over 18 years. Oh, but just Bossing's presence made the Moonglade so much nicer. So much parties, so much general presence, and oh, now I'm getting sad. Oh, I need another drink. She gets another drink. Thank you. You're so sweet. What are you? It's your turn to get grabbed by the face, Rashu.
Oh,
What are you?
oh.
What are you? You're so sweet. Oh my goodness. So soft. So, and you're getting pet, and all that kind of stuff. And you are the perfect size of a cat for her, and she will effortlessly pick you up and put you on her lap. You are now a lap cat. You're being held by,
Have you ever seen a lap cat that doesn't want to be a lap cat, and the owner's like trying to make it a lap cat? That's me right now.
She's hugging you. It's 100% wholesome, by the way. I don't want to make this like.
Oh no, yeah.
100%
This
wholesome.
is like.
Yeah,
I'm the right size for a normal lap cat. Still don't want to be here, but I'm I'm trying to be nice, and I'm like, okay, so tell us about bossing more. What's some secrets or? And he's being really obvious that those are the things he wants to know. Funny,
it's
embarrassing
Ryuga who will. It's Ryuga who is completely sober, and will speak up, and he just goes, "Oh well, Mariki, why'd you gotta send him that message?" Hamnah, are you raising your hand?
Yeah, I have a question. So I have an ability called Discrete Inquiry, where I can, when I'm trying to gather information, I can hide the true subject of my inquiry among like other topics of little interest. And so I'm wondering, throughout this whole conversation, while Rashu is like asking about Marikit and asking about like stories and things like that, can Idha like basically like egg him on and like facilitate the conversation? But specifically, I am trying to gather information about any prior relationship that Marikit might have had with the Chimera form.
Nice.
Okay. Yes, you can do that. I'm going to need a diplomacy roll, that's for sure. And if you want it so that your... Oh, excuse me. So that your party members don't know what's happening, you can also roll me stealth. And everyone else
I think...
who wants to... Sorry?
Well, I was just gonna say, I think the only person that Idha would want to try and hide this from would be Marikit.
Yeah, I
think they're fine with like Rashu and Bimori picking it up.
Yeah, I will say, anybody who wants to pick it up, you can make me, I will accept perception. I would also accept I would also accept things like diplomacy or society, just because of just the general situation that you are currently in. Oh, I would also accept survival if you're trained in it, because in this case you're picking it up this way, you know? It's like you're trying to click it. Yeah. The survival of social people. Ugh.
This is a 35 for perception.
30 for perception.
I probably get it. Wait, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I rolled a natural 1 on my first check, so I used my second hero point, and I rolled a 5. So that is a total of 26 for diplomacy.
26. And Ira, what did you roll for your diplomacy to try and get this information, and what did you roll for your stealth?
My diplomacy was a 24, and my stealth was a measly 17.
Ooh.
I have no hero points to spend, so these are the rolls that I have.
Got it.
Mm.
Ooh, so you found out.
You did find out. As you're asking these questions, they all kind of, the three of them kind of pick up on this, even though they're in several different states of sobriety. And of course, the rest of you, it would seem, would pick up on what's being asked, what's happening, what's going on. And it's actually Wakame, the Leshy, who will kind of stand up because they're sitting on a booster seat, and speak again, deep, very masculine voice, and go, if you're trying to get information out of us on our boss, and not this boss, our boss, the elusive one, you're doing a real shitty job.
I'm sorry, I can't help but be curious about my captain's previous relationships with their captain. I guess I'm just maybe a little bit jealous. It has lying out of their butt.
You can roll deception if you want.
Can I help?
For that lie to come off as a lie. How would you like to help?
I want to join in on that lie.
You see, we don't know very much, and we're just trying to understand our captain better. We didn't mean any offense.
Okay.
I am also lying because I 100% just want information.
Yeah, then both of you can roll deception if you're trying to get it out of them. And what'll happen is you will be using Irha's roll, and based on your roll, Rashu, it's how much of a bonus they get to it. Meanwhile, Barney Kid, this is happening in front of you. So
I think that since Maricat actually noticed this, they are definitely shooting Tita Gloria looks like, please bail me out of this and don't say anything, which I feel like there's enough of a connection there that she will be able to, like, read that.
That's fair. I got a 26.
26?
I got a 35.
35. The 26 would have given you +1, so that's 36. Now, because this is happening simultaneously, I will need a roll from you, Marikit. These are your people. So the DC will be a bit lower, especially since you're picking Tita Gloria out of all the people here. Could you make me like a general, like... no, actually, that doesn't make sense. I guess diplomacy is the closest thing we'll get to something like this, yeah? But the DC is lowered because you chose Gloria.
It's at 28.
Oh, I think you're... Okay, so this is what'll happen. You're shooting Tita Gloria like a look, like a puppy dog look, it takes her a little bit to notice. And as it does take her a little bit to notice, Kame will simply say, "Your captain is right there. You should work out your little inner party issues before bringing it onto strangers. I'll tell you this, though. All of you seem perfect for each other, as you cannot mind your own fucking business. And you need to, and they pointed to you, Hurricane, it's like, you aren't the boss of me anymore, so you gotta stop fucking calling me. I hate this. We have a professional relationship. I've got 3 kids. I don't want to lose my life to the captain or Blackwater or whatever shit you got going on. Stop trying to drag the rest of us down with it, okay? You fucked up. You drowned. Stop getting me and the rest of them to drown. We're out. We're out." And he raises his hands to be picked up, and Tita Gloria will pick him up and just go, "Oh, I hate it when my kids fight." She picks up the lizard, and the lizard's like, "Wait, stop. No, I didn't ask to get picked. I'm being picked up." And she'll just go, "It was so nice to see you, Bossing. I'm so sorry it was like this. Everybody's not good. You know how they're like when they're drunk." And she's holding them like this, by the way, like sacks underneath her arms. And she goes, "We'll talk more. We'll see you tomorrow, though. Okay, we'll see you. And she just goes out. And I think she'll go to. No, sorry, she leaves. Yeah, she leaves carrying both their little sacks out. And you're at your table.
Well, is that enough
probably
information for
This
you?
crew doesn't look so bad.
I'm actually probably on the floor
Alyssa?
because I was on a lap and then said person stood
Oh!
up. So, yes.
Most unfortunate.
All right.
So she didn't say anything.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was to Ira, not to you.
No. She's confused because the former crew member of yours was like, "You guys are all perfect for each other. You can't mind." But she's just sitting there like, "I didn't do anything."
For once, Mamori not causing trouble.
That's true.
Oh, I was about to start a food fight if they didn't leave.
Love it.
Might still, who knows?
Yeah. I'll say this. Yeah, and this night a little awkwardly, huh? Tensions.
Yeah.
You do have separate rooms. Would you guys like to go to bed?
I'm 100% going to bed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Get your rests and retain your spell slots, your sanity. I'm assuming
The
you're
hit
all
points
going
from
to bed
getting dropped on the floor. I'm just kidding.
Yes.
It's more pride hit points. It's the hit points of my heart.
That's valid. I will say, as you guys sleep, where's my notes? There it is. You go to your separate rooms. You do not really notice how eerily dark it is outside until you're kind of there. You may be various states of drunk or not, but it's just there, and you kind of remember the vibe of the area now that you can sort of see it. Perhaps you draw your curtains closed, perhaps you don't. You all sleep. Mori, I will say, if it's okay with you, perhaps you don't remember to take your potion tonight. A lot happened, and after seeing the night sky, you might not feel entirely safe to do so here anymore. You each have to share your beds, or you sleep on the floor, who knows. You sleep the way you wish to sleep, but sleep does not come easy. Mariki, your sleep is entirely restless. You wake up every now and then. It's on off. with sharp pains in your chest. And when you actually sleep, it's nothing but nightmares. It's various different nightmares too. They come in completely different forms. Sometimes you're just running. You're running. You don't know where you're running. You don't know why you're running, but you're running because you know if it gets you, it's going to get you. Other times you're drowning, or you're left, you're alone again on that island, or worse, you're being brought to the ship for the first time. Either way, you will rest, you will regain any spell slots you used, any hit points, whatever, but you do not feel rested, and you do not look rested, and you are kind of done. I think your general vibe is you're very done. You wake up tired. But Mori, when you sleep, you have a very special dream. You are in the bar, a tavern, a wooden one. It's a tavern, nothing really important is in there, or rather important to note, as your memory did not care to remember those details. What you do remember, though, is this sweet young woman, specifically her back, sitting at the bar counter with wearing, perhaps it's a kimono. You do not really care to remember the details of her dress, but you do know that it is black with bright colored patterns on it. You remember perhaps a concealed weapon underneath the table with your perception. So you know that she means business, but you know that her pockets are probably full and flush of cash. What do you do? What did you do?
I think I walked up to her and I can't move IRL. So with one hand kind of like leaned up on the bar in front of her and gave her a very charming smile and said something undoubtedly extremely bold but still smooth, while the other hand kind of snuck towards her pocket.
Mm-hmm. And you got to see her face. That's for sure. The face, you remember her face. It's probably the prettiest woman you've ever seen. Her makeup is on point. She has these beautiful, sharp eyes, red lips. She's stunning. She's gorgeous. And she has her weapon close to your stomach, poking it. And she says, "You know, you're good. You're not that good, though."
I'm glad it feels like you're happy to see me.
Hmm.
And her hand, the hand that was creeping towards the pocket, straight up like rests on her thigh instead. And stays there.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just like, kind of like can't look at her face. It's just like, very much like that. That's beautiful. I've never seen that before. I love that. And Bamori's just got the hand on the thigh and still the other hand like her. And like her eyes are very much like, instead of just being like the like smooth like over of like hey hello, the eyes are like a little bit wider because she's genuinely like whoa. But she's got the hand on the thigh and doesn't even flinch at the fact that there is a weapon at her stomach. If anything, she kind of leans into it slightly, not enough to injure herself, but enough to kind of push.
Mm-hmm. And the woman smiles a little bit, almost like a little like kind of laugh. You're a bit closer now. You can see there's some light scars One in the back of her neck, it trickles down, goes under, probably, hopefully. You don't know. You'd like to know. And, she goes, well, what's your name then?
Mamori. But you can call me whatever you want, sugar.
Alright, don't call me sugar. And who names their kid Fall? And whatever happens afterwards, it's definitely a very polite conversation. And you will remember this face, this young face. You're pretty sure you want to. But I want you to roll for me if you're gonna remember that, so we'll save.
Ooh.
Yep. Alright. Is it just a straight d20?
Yeah, it's a d20 plus your will save.
Okay. Where's my will? Let's see. My will. Okay, that's math. Hmm. 34. No? Yes. Yes. 34. Sorry, I just have to chat.
Something in yeah. Something in you really, really wants to remember this face, this woman. But I will give you something more based on that roll. You definitely remember the dragon's breath resonating somewhere. It sounds familiar, it feels familiar. Maybe you can look into it when the morning comes. Yudha and Rashu, you guys are two bros chilling in a bed 5 feet apart. This is not gay. You will
We ain't gotta be 5 feet apart. No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
we're gonna
yeah,
wait for the record. Just for the record.
I know.
There ain't nothing
I know.
straight about it.
I didn't want to force anything. I wanted to force a little bit, but not too much. And I will say, you guys will rest if you want it. You rest when you do. It's normal for you guys. I will definitely say that seeing the night sky bothers you. Okay? It really does. But what I do want from you both is a perception roll. But you're gonna have to add a -4 to it.
Can I use the pool of D6 that we have to basically counteract that and add a +2?
Can I use my last hero point?
Yeah.
That was a 1. And that's not gonna work. Oh, much better. Much better.
And yes, you can use your D pool of your D pool, your D6s. They are used for anything.
Oh right. Okay. I can do that.
Then I got a 39.
32. And then I will use my D6 pull. 32 plus 37.
37, okay. Yudha, you wake up. Rashu, you can be woken up. Is the best way to put it. You're sleeping a bit lightly, so it's like you will feel Yudha wake up. You heard something, Yudha, but it was definitely not a spirit. You heard something. You heard a person. And there's something telling you, go check on your captain. You want to check on your captain?
Okay.
Rashu, we have to go. We have to check. Mariki, let's go right now.
I'm already getting out of the door. Like I felt the same thing, and like as you're trying to like tell me to do it, I'm like already like running for the door.
I think we go up to the door. We're like banging on their door.
But Mori, you can make a Mori, Marikit, you can both make perception rolls. Let's add -8.
That's a 13.
20.
13. 20.
I'm having a real good dream.
You're having the best
You
dream
are.
of your life. There's banging on the doors, and Marikit, I would say that your eyes open for just a second. You guys gotta stop. Okay, how dare you? How dare you?
You used those words, okay? It wasn't
Right
us,
after that.
was you.
They are just words. They are just words. They are just. If I had a bottle of Febreze, just all of you. God, deep cleanse your souls is what I do.
Febreze.
Yes, Febreze.
Not even a water bottle, like not even a
Jesus.
spray bottle.
Nah, Febreze. You guys gotta.
No, it's not
smell
even you're
good
bad.
too.
You're bad and stinky.
Stinky. All of you. Okay. Marikit, your eyes open for just a bit. Just barely. Before you realize you're sinking. You are sinking. It's getting dark. It's dark. The sound is disappearing. And then you decide to turn. And there is a face. There are hands. And you specifically hear, "We got you now, bitch." And you're gone. You guys are banging on the door. Gamori is having the best dream of Gamori's goddamn life.
I'm gonna kick the door.
What do
I'm gonna
You
kick the
breaking
door.
the
I'm
door?
gonna try to. Yeah.
I'll let you do it. These aren't like built, these doors ain't built different, they're just doors. Your captain is gone. And there is a stain on the bed. The closer you look at it, that's ink. And if any of you would like to make some sort of recall knowledge, I'll allow perception, I'll allow survival, I'll allow society.
20 plus 20, 40 on perception.
23.
I instantly go into hunter mode. I sniff the ink on the bed. I start looking around.
That's squid ink. You see it first. You see it as clear as day. You see this ink is in the form of a sheep. It looks like tentacles sprawling out. And then a calling card comes up. Just flops up. And it says, "With love, Bandit." We're gonna end it here. We'll actually, I hope, get to a feast, but now this feast is about to get a lot more spicier. Good Lord, I apologize for the length of this. However, I would like to thank everyone for sticking around. And before we wrap up, really quickly, we'll tell y'all where you can find all of us. I'll go first, and then we'll go in order. You can find me, Aki, all over the Twitterverse at Akinomi_art. And if you're more interested in Pathfinder 2e streams, you can catch me on the G&G and Nat20 Productions collab Wayward Acadium every Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific. Alyssa.
Hi, I'm Alyssa. You can find me on Twitter at @adisasterqueer, and that is also where I post things that I'm involved in, so just check that.
And I am
Brandy
Rose, talk show host and inky producer. And I am at the Brandy Rose on Twitter. One of the shows that I'm on now, starting Tuesdays at 6 p.m. PST, is going to be on the Roll20 channel, where we will be playing through A Haunted West, which is a new game by Chris Bibby. So very excited about that, and all of my other shows, my talk shows. You can find all of that on my Twitter.
Hamnah.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name's Hamnah, and I use any and all pronouns, and I'm a TTRPG performer. If you want to follow me and all of my work, you can find me on Twitter at @shahid_, where I talk about all of the different projects that I'm a part of. I'm just going to shout one out right now. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 5 p.m. Pacific Time, we will be streaming Planar RPG, which is an all-transgender, POC-led D&D 5e live stream set in a homebrew, non-colonial, anti-Orientalist world based on Asian mythologies. It's super cool, super fun. So it would mean a lot to me if you came tomorrow.
And last but not least, Brandy.
Hey everybody, I'm Brandy Alvarenga. You can follow me on Twitter at Roller Raja. That's ROLLER where I talk about all the different streams and random stuff that I do. Like yesterday, watching the Vampire Vampire the Masquerade stream, because I'm gonna play a LARP with that sometime soon. So yeah, beyond just being a gamer and that kind of thing, I also work in tech and act in real life. So that's me. Come check me out.
So thanks again for these subs, follows, and donations. That fam is the best fam. Remember, we've got Kings of Dirt tomorrow, which is a 2D20 post-apocalyptic adventure. Sunday brings us more pirate adventures with Voyage of the Siren Song, and that's just the start. We've got new TTRPG content every day of the week. Watch the DAT Network socials for details. Join us next week here on Shambhala, same DAT time, same DAT channel. Thank you.